Hello, welcome to the Mark Janad Show, the cybersecurity show. In this video, I'm going to break down what HarmonyOS is doing. That is, they're trying to make moves to beat not only iOS, but Android. So I'm going to give you the two perspectives and also the retaliations, right? What Apple and Android is doing to retaliate against HarmonyOS. I'm also going to talk about some things that HarmonyOS is brewing down the pipeline. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We're going dark. So Huawei's HarmonyOS has overtaken Apple's iOS to become the second largest smartphone operating system in China, achieving a 19% market share compared to iOS's 17% as of early 2025. So this growth is driven by several strategic moves and innovations that are reshaping the competitive landscape, right? Huawei is not playing with nobody. Now, some of the key strategies and innovations fueling HarmonyOS's growth is the independence from Android and building a native ecosystem, right? HarmonyOS Next, the latest version, is fully independent from Android, moving from the Android, right, open source project, the AOSP, and focusing on a native HarmonyOS architecture. So this shift allows Huawei to create its own ecosystem, reducing reliance on Western technology and fostering a distinct app environment via its app gallery. So there's enhanced performance, security, and AI integration. So the new Star Shield architecture in HarmonyOS Next prioritizes privacy and security, offering stricter data permissions and encrypted sharing. So the Arc engine improves system performance, providing smoother multitasking and better battery life. So Huawei claims HarmonyOS Next is 30% smoother, right, than the previous versions. The advanced AI features powered by the Pangu AI model enhance the smart assistant, right? That's the Zio Z. Document processing and cross-device functionalities. There's seamless multi-device integration that's a part of this as well. So HarmonyOS is designed as a distributed microkernel-based system, enabling seamless communication and resource sharing across smartphones, tablets, wearables, smart TVs, and IoT devices. So features like clipboard sync, cross-device gallery sharing, and file transfer reinforce a unified ecosystem, which is key. It's basically a key differentiator, right, from iOS and Android. There's strong domestic support and national sentiment, so HarmonyOS benefits from a wave of patriotism and strong support from major Chinese tech companies like Tencent, which is developing native apps for the platform. So this local backing accelerates adoption and app ecosystem growth. There's the expansion beyond smartphones. So, Huawei is expanding HarmonyOS to PCs, smart displays, and automotive systems, aiming for a broader device ecosystem and increased user stickiness. Impact on iOS and the competitive landscape are as goes. There's HarmonyOS's rapid adoption in China that is eroding, Apple's market share, especially as Huawei's return to the 5G smartphone segment with devices like the Mate 60 series, that has been well received. The focus on, again, the privacy, AI, and cross-device integration pressures. So Apple, to innovate further, particularly in areas where HarmonyOS is gaining ground, such as seamless device interoperability and native AI capabilities. So Huawei's self-sufficient approach and reduced reliance on US technology position HarmonyOS as a credible third-party OS, major OS globally, challenging both iOS and Android, especially in China. So HarmonyOS strategies that are surpassing Android in 2025, remember, they got that full independence from Android. So Huawei's HarmonyOS is making a decisive break from Android by launching HarmonyOS Next, right? That's the version of its operating system that removes all remnants of Google's open source Android technology starting, this year. They want all the smoke. All new Huawei smartphones and tablets, including flagship models like the Mate 70, will ship with its fully independent OS, signaling a strategic shift to reclaim market share and reduce reliance on US technology. There's the major OEM adoption. Oppo switches to HarmonyOS. So a landmark development in 2025, this year, is Oppo, one of the world's largest smartphone manufacturers, officially dropping Android in favor of HarmonyOS, right? This move is considered a seismic shift in the smartphone industry, as Oppo's volume could account for up to a 20% drop in Android's global dominance. So the switch validates HarmonyOS as a credible Android killer and could trigger similar moves by other major Chinese brands like the Xiaomi and the Vivo. There's the expansion of ecosystem app growth, right? Huawei is rapidly building out the HarmonyOS ecosystem. HarmonyOS Next supports over 20,000 applications with a goal to reach 100,000 apps by the end of the year. So the platform also boosts 10 billion reflecting its reach across smartphones, tablets, wearables, smart displays, and automotive systems, right? So Huawei is actively encouraging developers to adopt their apps to HarmonyOS, aiming to close the app gap with Android and iOS. Now, another thing that we have to take into account is the technology differentiation. So HarmonyOS Next introduces several technical advantages over Android, right? AI-driven battery, okay? The optimization and up to 5x faster app launch speeds, enhanced security and privacy features with data routed through Huawei's infrastructure, the seamless cross-device connectivity supporting not just phones, but also tablets, watches, cars, and IoT devices. There's the focus on the Chinese market first. So Huawei is prioritizing China for HarmonyOS. Now, the next one, right? HarmonyOS Next. So with all the devices in the region running with new OS by default. So while the international rollout remains a challenge due to ecosystem and regulatory hurdles, Huawei has very clear ambitions to expand globally by 2026. So they have strategic responses to geopolitical pressures that, this shift is partly driven by US trade restrictions and Google's tightening of data access for Chinese companies. HarmonyOS is positioned as a platform for Chinese tech sovereignty, right? Reducing dependency on US firms and aligning with national interests, right? So Android and OS, they want some smoke too. They say, hey, you come in, we want that too. So Android response is as goes. The rise of HarmonyOS, especially after Oppo's high profile, switch from Android to HarmonyOS in 2025, has triggered significant concern and strategic shifts within the Android ecosystem. So Oppo, previously the largest Android OEM by volume, moving to HarmonyOS could result in a 20% drop in Android's, again, global market share, signaling a major threat to Google's dominance. So this shift is pressuring Google and other Android manufacturers to re-innovate in areas like multi-device integration, security, and AI-driven features to retain users and partners, right? So there's the fragmentation that is increasing as some Chinese OEMs consider alternatives to Android, potentially leading to a more diverse but complex OS landscape. So Android's global app ecosystem and Google Play Store remain strong advantages, but the need to address developer concerns and app compatibility with new competitors like HarmonyOS is growing. So in regards to iOS's response, Apple's like, hey man, we want some smoke too. It remains basically a walled garden, maintaining its tightly controlled ecosystem and premium user experience. So HarmonyOS Next is challenging iOS with claims of superior fluency, smoother animations, and advanced AI-driven privacy tools, leading to positive reviews from some users who switch from iPhone. So while iOS is not losing significant market share globally, HarmonyOS's growth, especially in China, where it now surpasses iOS with a 19% share compared to iOS's 17%, is prompting Apple to focus on user experience, security, and ecosystem integration to stay competitive. So Apple is likely monitoring HarmonyOS's rapid development, particularly in seamless cross-device compatibilities and AI features, as potential areas for future iOS enhancements. Now, we talked about it a little bit, but let's get into this market impact and strategic shifts. So HarmonyOS's independent ecosystem, no longer based on Android's open source code, and its focus on seamless device, like again, the integration, security, and AI, again, are driven by the adoption, particularly among Chinese brands and users, okay? So Huawei is releasing some things for 2025. You have the Huawei Pura 80 series. So the Pura 80 models will feature a 1-inch camera sensor for, enhanced low light photography and a second lens with variable aperture, aiming to deliver sharp photos in challenging conditions. Huawei's Mate 80 series and Huawei's Nova 14 series are also expected as part of the company's on flagship lineup. You have the Huawei Pura X foldable clamshell. This foldable phone introduces a clamshell that is notably wide with a collector's edition and support for Huawei's 5A speed network. The Pura 80 Pro may use the IMX989 camera sensor and a flat display, similar to the Pura 70 Ultra. You have the Huawei Mate X7, so another new folding screen phone. Continuing Huawei's innovation in foldable devices, you have laptops. They're also coming with that. The first laptop with HarmonyOS, Huawei will launch its first laptop running the self-developed Harmony operating system in May 19, 2025. There's the updated MateBook lineup, right? Expected to refresh versions of the MateBook D14, D16, 14, and the premium MateBook X Pro, focusing on thin, light, and powerful designs for professionals. Now, there is small size MatePad tablets, right? Huawei is preparing an 8-inch compact tablet expected in launch of Q2 2025. So that's what I have here today. Please take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button and the like button. If you like this video and you want more videos like this, please let me know that by hitting that subscribe button and the like button. I appreciate your viewership. Stay safe and see you on the next video.